Hashtag the power of identity and self-image. Hook. What if the reason you keep failing at your goals has nothing to do with your discipline, your motivation, or your willpower? What if the real problem is something much deeper, something most people never even think to fix? Today, we're talking about the one thing that controls every decision you make, every habit you keep, and every result you get in your life. And it all comes down to who you think you are. Why this matters? Here's something that might hit a little hard. Most people spend their entire lives trying to change their behavior. They download the app. They buy the planner. They set the alarm for 5 a.m. And for a few days, maybe even a few weeks, it works. Then it falls apart. And they blame themselves. They call themselves lazy, undisciplined, not built for success. But here's what's actually happening. Your brain is not designed to let you act against your identity for very long. If deep down you see yourself as someone who struggles, someone who always quits, someone who just isn't that type of person, your brain will do everything in its power to bring your behavior back in line with that belief. This is why behavior change without identity change almost always fails. Stephen Bartlett talked about this on The Diary of a CEO, and it genuinely changed the way I think about personal development. He said something that stuck with me. He said the most important story you will ever tell is the story you tell about yourself. Because that story becomes your reality. So if you want to change your life, you don't start with your habits. You start with your identity. The science. Let's look at what the research actually says, because this isn't just motivational talk. There's real science behind this. Study number 1. In the 1950s, a plastic surgeon named Maxwell Maltz noticed something strange. He would perform surgery on patients, fix a nose, remove a scar, and most of them felt better about themselves. But some of them didn't. Even after the surgery, they still felt ugly, still felt unworthy, still acted the same way. Maltz realized that the outer change meant nothing if the inner image didn't change. He called this concept psychocybernetics, the idea that your self-image acts like a thermostat. It has a set point, and no matter what you do on the outside, your behavior will always drift back to match that internal set point. This became one of the most influential ideas in modern psychology, and it tells us something really important. You can't outperform your self-image. Not long-term. Study number 2. In 2012, researchers at Stanford ran a fascinating study on identity and behavior. They split people into 2 groups. Both groups were asked to vote in an upcoming election. But one group was asked, how important is it to you to vote? And the other group was asked, how important is it to you to be a voter? One tiny word change. Noun versus verb. Voter versus vote. The group that identified as voters showed up to the polls at significantly higher rates. Why? Because when something becomes part of who you are, not just something you do, you protect it, you defend it, you show up for it even when it's hard. That's the power of identity-based behavior. Study number 3. Carol Dweck's research at Stanford on growth mindset showed us that the story we tell about our own abilities directly shapes what we're capable of achieving. People who believed their intelligence and skills were fixed, what she called a fixed mindset, avoided challenges, gave up faster, and achieved less over time. People who believed they could grow, a growth mindset, pushed through difficulty and consistently outperformed expectations. The difference wasn't talent. It was identity. It was the story they told about who they were. The protocol. Okay, so how do you actually change your identity? Here's a clear, practical protocol you can start using today. Step 1. Audit your current identity. Grab a piece of paper and write down the things you say about yourself. Not what you wish you were. What you actually say. Do you say, I'm not a morning person? I'm bad with money. I've always been anxious. I'm just not that motivated. Every single one of those statements is a vote for a version of yourself. And your brain is listening. Write them down. Look at them. Because you cannot change what you haven't named. Step 2. Define the identity you want. Ask yourself this question. Who is the person who already has the results I want? Not what do they do? Who are they? What do they believe about themselves? How do they talk about themselves? Maybe it's someone who says, I'm someone who takes care of my body. Or, I'm someone who finishes what I start. Or, I'm someone who figures things out. Write that down too. That is your target identity. Step 3. Cast votes for that new identity every single day. This is the part most people skip. You don't wake up one day and just become a new person. You become a new person through small, consistent actions that prove to yourself who you are. James Clear talks about this in Atomic Habits. He calls it casting votes for your identity. Every time you go for that walk, you cast a vote for being someone who moves their body. Every time you read for 10 minutes, you cast a vote for being someone who values learning. Every time you keep a small promise to yourself, you cast a vote for being someone who follows through. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep casting more votes for the person you want to become than for the person you used to be. Step 4. Change the language you use about yourself. This one is simple but powerful. Stop saying, "I'm trying to get fit." Start saying, "I'm someone who trains." Stop saying, "I'm trying to save money." Start saying, "I'm someone who is intentional with money." Language shapes belief. Belief shapes behavior. Behavior shapes results. Start with the language. Step 5. Protect your identity environment. Your identity doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's constantly being shaped by the people around you, the content you consume, and the conversations you have. If everyone in your life reinforces the old version of you, if they laugh when you try to grow, if they pull you back into old patterns, change is going to be brutally hard. You don't have to cut everyone off, but you do need to be intentional. Seek out people who reflect the identity you're building. Read about people who have become who you want to be. Let their story become a mirror for your own. Common mistakes. Now let's talk about the mistakes people make with this, because there are a few big ones. Mistake number 1. Waiting until they feel ready. People wait until they feel like a confident person before they act confidently. They wait until they feel like an athlete before they exercise. But it works the other way around. You act first. The feeling follows. Identity is built through action, not through waiting. Mistake number 2. Trying to change everything at once. If you try to overhaul your entire identity overnight, your brain will reject it like a bad organ transplant. It's too much, too fast, too unfamiliar. Pick one identity shift, one area, one small vote you can cast every single day. Build from there. Mistake number 3. Letting one bad day erase everything. You missed a workout. You overspent. You snapped at someone. And suddenly you're back to see, this is just who I am. One bad day is not your identity. It's a data point. Acknowledge it. Learn from it. And then cast a vote for the person you're becoming tomorrow. Mistake number 4. Confusing goals with identity. I want to lose 20 pounds is a goal. I am someone who respects and takes care of their body is an identity. Goals have an endpoint. Identity is ongoing. When you hit the goal and the identity isn't there, you bounce right back to where you started. Build the identity first. The goals become natural side effects. Closing. Here's the truth. You are not stuck. You are not broken. You are not just the way you are. You are a story that is still being written. And the most powerful thing you can do right now, today, is decide to start telling a different story about yourself. Not a fake one. Not toxic positivity. A real one. A story that says, I am becoming someone who shows up. Someone who grows. Someone who doesn't quit on themselves. Because that story, told consistently, backed by small daily actions, that story becomes your reality. Start the audit today. Name the identity you want. Cast one vote for that person before you go to sleep tonight. And if you're ready to actually try this, comment protocol right now. Let me know you're in. Because the people who comment are the people who follow through. And I want to see you on the other side of this. Remember, small consistent actions compound over time. Comment protocol if you're going to try this today. If this video helped you, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. See you in the next one.